No, thank you so much. Thank you so much. My apologies for not being there in person. But I thought, as a responsible citizen, just in case something, I didn't want to be the, one spreader. So, but very nice that you could get me onto the discussion in this fashion. I'm really, really glad, delighted to be part of this. Um, I did have the opportunity to discuss, to listen to some of the panelists, and here is my view on this one. I think standalone business schools have a very important role to play in the economy that is going to unfurl itself post, the industry 4.0 and many things that are going to happen. So there is no doubt in my mind the role the B schools are going to play in shaping the economy that is going to unfurl. But having said that, national education policy, rightly so, talks about a holistic kind of universities. But let's for a moment keep that one aspect of it, which it says standalone institutions are not to be seen. Even the IITs and IIMs, they're saying you need to be holistic institutions. Let's keep that aside. It is also true that the pace at which change is happening, the business models, the way they are changing, the rapid means in which globalization is happening, there is a big role that these schools are playing and will play even more significantly in the continuous learning of management professionals. So I do believe that these schools need to reorient themselves in 2 or 3 dimensions. One, maybe in the format and structure in which they are existing, there could be changes that are required. Like, for example, do we really need a continuous 2-year engagement for our MBA? Or can it be split into multiple formats? Can it be more blended with the way business is happening? Because business is changing so much. In 2 years, things have changed so dramatically. So when I was talking to some of my colleagues in KPMG, one of the big fears they had in going and doing a 2-year MBA is they said in 2 years, things change so dramatically. Am I missing out something by not being there in the industry? So I think the format, in my view, should be reconsidered in terms of how we offer this education. And second, even the content that is being taught, because what is happening, some of the basics are already available. Some of the basic things that are being taught inside the classroom, thanks to digital formats, thanks to the internet, and many of these availabilities already there. Or should we then start focusing on something that is more nuanced, something that is more immediately, practically required in the corporate and various other places where this is going, the students are going to be engaged? Should we change the way it is being done? And the third, I also believe, rather than looking at a one-time intervention as a business education, should we start looking at continuously engaging them over a period of time? Like, for example, an MBA should be or for that matter, a management education should intervene initially when the graduate joins a business. Then it should interfere when they are moving into a middle management kind of role. Then that should intervene when there is a change that is happening in their role, when they take up senior management roles, and whenever there are changes that are happening in the marketplace. So I think the way we engage with the corporate, the way we engage with the learner also, in my view, needs to come through a change. The other dimension I also see is most of the universities, the future universities, would need management education in a big way for them to be holistic. And for many of the research and other areas to be complete, they need management education as well. So national education policy also talks about the meta universities. And I think standalone B schools have a big role to play in making sure the big universities are complete. So I would think there is a big role, there is a very important role, almost a critical role that B schools are going to perform in the days to come. Only the format in which they are operating, the content or the curriculum and what they are teaching, and the way they are engaging with the learner and the corporates are going to change. And those of these schools who kind of understand this and change are, in my view, going to benefit a lot. In any case, this management style is something that, if I can go back, it's the American way of management education that happened many decades back, and we are still continuing that? Have we reinvented that? So I think the emphasis should be more on reinventing management education and how B schools function, rather than worry too much about NEP and its implications. Because the role of B schools is crucial, and we are here to stay. Only thing that is required is to make sure that we align ourselves to the new realities and start getting engaged in that fashion.